So language learning isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's fun, it's inspiring, but sometimes it's boring. Sometimes you lose confidence in your mind. And if we are being honest, sometimes it can even feel a little hopeless. So today I want to share 4 psychological mindsets that I bring to every language learning. These are the exact mental shifts that protect my peace, reinstall my motivation, and reignite my desire to keep going. If you've been feeling stuck, I hope these ideas may help you reset. The first mindset is a belief that I hold very close to my heart. Success is already within me. I truly believe that every single one of us possesses a wealth of potential that is far grander than we realize. So when I sit down to tackle a new language, I don't tell myself that I'm starting from zero. Instead, I tell myself I actually already know this language. I'm just experiencing a little bit of a temporary amnesia. This language is already inside me. I'm simply remembering it. This way of thinking changes my relationship with the language. Instead of trying to climb an impossible mountain, I feel like I'm searching for something that already belongs to me. The moment you reframe language learning as a process of reclaiming your own memories, that makes the process much calmer, much lighter. And I've noticed that when I constantly tell myself something is difficult, it becomes difficult. But when I believe something is possible, even easy, my mind becomes much more open to learning. Sometimes the story we tell ourselves matters more than the challenge itself. The second shift is an antidote to the fear of speaking. There are no errors, only style. One of the biggest fear language learners have is making mistakes. We are afraid of using wrong words, the wrong grammar, the wrong pronunciation. We worry about sounding unnatural, awkward, or even strange. But after all, language is something human invented. Language change constantly. The words change, accents change, expressions change. The way people speak today is different from the way people spoke 50 years ago. So when I make mistake, I don't immediately think I was wrong. Instead, I sometimes joke to myself, maybe that's just my style. So now obviously I want to improve myself. I don't mean grammar doesn't matter, but this mindset removes the fear because the moment you are afraid of making mistakes, you stop speaking. The moment you stop speaking, you stop improving. And we all know the goal is not the perfection, the communication is. So there are no errors exist, only style. Third, there is no such thing as a wrong method. There are only different levels of efficiency. So sometimes people ask me what's the best way to learn a language. The truth is, I don't think there is one. I believe almost every method works. Some methods are faster, some methods are slower, some are more efficient, some are less efficient. But most of them work if you stick with them long enough. What worries me more is when people searching for the perfect method for months and never actually begin. At some point, the starting imperfectly is much more valuable than planning perfectly. So if your listening is weak, listen more. If speaking feels difficult, speak more. If read feels slow, read more. You don't need to optimize everything from the beginning. We can adjust it along the way. So don't worry about if your method is wrong. There's no wrong method. And the best learning method is often the one you are willing to learn, willing to continue doing tomorrow. The fourth and final mindset is perhaps the most gentle one. Stop doing things that drain you. This ties beautifully into our third point. If a specific exercise or routine makes you feel utterly exhausted, let it go for a moment. As I've said so many times on this channel, slow, imperfect progress will always better than quitting entirely. Let me share a very personal example. I used to transcribe a 2-minute French video every week. I would write down every sentence and learn every word, understand every detail, and then memorize the entire script. It was incredibly effective, For a long time, I loved doing it, but eventually something changed. I started hating it. I kept postponing it. Then I felt guilty for postponing it, and suddenly that guilt started affecting all of my French learning. Every time I thought about French, I thought about this exercise I wasn't doing, and the language itself became stressful. So eventually, I gave myself permission to stop. Instead, I watched French films, I watched French TV series, I listened to French radio, I focused on things that felt enjoyable again. And something very interesting happened. After a few months, I suddenly wanted to do the transcription again. Nobody forced me, nobody told me to. I simply felt ready, and because the motivation came naturally, it felt easy again. That's why I think it's okay step away from a methods that draining all of your energy. Maybe you will come back to it later. Maybe you will discover a better method. Maybe you will discover a method that's both easier and more effective, because the goal isn't to force yourself to suffer. The goal is to keep your relationship with the language alive. So those are four mindsets that have helped me learn languages over the years. I don't think language learning is just a test of your memory. It's a journey of managing your own heart and your mind. So please be kind to your progress, embrace your unique style, and protect your energy. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today. So if these mindsets resonated where you are in your journey right now, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And keep going at your own beautiful pace. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.